Let us discuss the potential energy in an external field. Previously we have discussed about the potential energy in its own field, but today we will discuss the potential energy in an external field. First, let us discuss the potential energy of a single charge in an external field. So what do you mean by external field, or what should be the characteristics of the external field? The external field E is not produced by the given charges. Okay, if you have a charge, you are given a charge, suppose you want to find out the potential energy of due to a single charge, then the external field is not produced by the given charge. If you have given two charges, then the external field should not be produced by the two charges. So the first point you have to remember, the external field is not produced by the given charges whose potential energy we wish to calculate. The second point is, the external sources may be known or may not be known, or may be unknown, or you may say it is unspecified. Okay, the external source or sources may be known or may be unknown or unspecified. Then the third point is, what is specified is the electric field E or the electrostatic potential V due to the external sources. You have an external source, and due to this external source you have electric field or electrostatic potential, but what is the source of the external electric field, it should not be known. You should not bother about this. The next point is, the charge or charges does not significantly affect the source producing the external field. This is true when very strong sources far away at infinity produce a finite electric field E in the region of your interest. So while finding out the potential, you should remember that the charge does not significantly affect the source producing the external field. The next point is, we are interested in determining the potential energy of a given charge Q or the system of charges in the external field. We are not interested in the potential energy of the sources producing the external field. Then the external electric field E and the corresponding external potential V may vary from point to point. So these are some conditions or some characteristics of the external field. So what will be the potential energy of a charge or single charge Q if it is placed in a external field? Suppose the potential energy we want to calculate for a charge Q which is at a distance r in the external field. R means it is the position vector of Q at some point P relative to some origin. Okay, then the potential energy, expression for potential energy will be equal to charge multiplied by the potential at r due to the external source. Okay, so r is the position vector of the Q at some point P relative to the origin, and Vr is the potential. Okay, Vr is the potential at the position vector r due to some external source. The potential energy is stored in the charge Q when work is done in bringing the charge from charge Q from infinity to the point P. Okay, this potential energy is nothing but the energy stored in Q, in the charge Q, when you bring the charge Q from infinity to the point P. Then let us work out a problem. What is the gain in the potential energy by an electron which is accelerated by a potential difference of 1 volt? We know the potential energy of a electron or by a electron is given by the formula charge into the potential, and it is given that the charge of electron is, we know the charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 coulomb, and it is given that the electron is accelerated with a potential difference of 1 volt. So delta V is equal to 1 volt. So if you multiply Q with delta V, you will get the potential energy by the electron, that is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 joule. So when an electron is accelerated in a potential difference of 1 volt, the energy, potential energy gained by the electron is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 joule, and this value is called 1 electron volt. And sometimes we use heavier energy, that is energy in the range of kilovolt, kilo electron volt, or mega electron volt, or giga electron volt, or tera electron volt. 1 kilo electron volt 10 to the power 3 electron volt, so it is equal to 1.6 10 to the minus 16 joule. 1 mega electron volt 10 to the 6 electron volt, so it is 1.6 10 to the minus 13 joule. 1 giga electron volt 10 to the 9 electron volt, so it is 1.6 10 to the minus 10 joule. And 1 tera electron volt 10 to the minus 12 electron volt, so it is 1.6 into 10 to the minus 7 joule. So the mega electron volt or giga electron volt, this amount of energy is required in basically nuclear physics, and the range of electron volt or kilo electron volt, this range of energy we required in basically solid state physics. This range we use in solid state physics. This range of energy we basically use in nuclear physics. Now let us discuss about the potential energy of a system of two charges in an electric field, external electric field. Consider two charges Q1 and Q2 located at R1 and R2 respectively. R1 and R2 are the position vectors of Q1 and Q2. Suppose the charges are present in an external field E. The charges Q1 and Q2 are present in an external field E. So the work done in bringing the charge Q1 from infinity to the point R1 in the external field W1, in the external field E, it will be equal to, let us say, W1, that is equal to the product of charge Q1 into the potential V of R1. V of R1 means the potential or the external potential at the position vector R1. And the work done in bringing the charge Q2 from infinity to the point R2 in the external field plus the work done in bringing the charge Q2 against the field due to the charge Q1, let us say, is equal to W2 plus W3. Because for the charge Q2 you will have two work. One work, that is the work done in bringing the charge Q2 from infinity to R2 in the external field. This work done we say W2, and the work done in bringing the charge Q2 against the field due to Q1, this work done, let us say, W3, and the two work done W2 plus W3 will be equal to, W2 is equal to Q2 into VR2, and W3 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by 1 R2. So VR2 is nothing but the external potential at R2, and R12 is the distance between Q1 and Q2. So the potential energy of the two charge system will be equal to Q1 into VR1 plus Q2 into VR2 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by R12. You have to add the three works, W1 plus W2 plus W3. Okay, so this is the resultant expression for the potential energy of a system of two charges in an external field. You have to add the two potential energy. This potential energy is due to the external field, and this potential energy is due to the two charges Q1 and Q2. Now let us discuss the problem. Determine the electrostatic potential energy of a system consisting of two charges. One is 7 microcoulomb, another one is minus 2 microcoulomb, and with no external field. placed at minus 9 centimeter 00 and 9 centimeter 00 respectively. So here there are two charges, one is 7 microcoulomb, another one is minus 2 microcoulomb. You see, one is 7 microcoulomb, another one is minus 2 microcoulomb, and they are separated at 18 centimeter apart. One is at minus 9 centimeter, another plus 9 centimeter. Separation is 18 centimeter or 0.18 meter. So what will be the potential energy? Potential energy U will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R12. This is the potential energy in the absence of the external field. And if you substitute the value 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 9 10 to the 9, Q1 is 7 into 10 to the minus 6 coulomb, Q2 is minus 2 into 10 to the minus 6 coulomb, distance is 0.18 meters, the potential energy will be equal to minus 0.7 joule. Then next question is, how much work is required to separate the two charges infinitely away from each other? So the potential energy between the two charges, 7 microcoulomb and minus 2 microcoulomb, we have found out it is equal to minus 0.7 joule. And what will be the work done in separating the two charges? This is equal to the difference in potential energy, final potential energy in taking the charge to infinity, that is equal to U2, and initial potential energy U1. So the change in potential energy U2 minus U1. So this will be the amount of work done. The final potential energy is equal to 0 at infinity minus the initial potential energy minus 0.7 joule. So it will be equal to 0.7 joule. So this amount of energy is required to separate the two charges to infinity. Then next question is, suppose that the same system of charges is now placed in an external electric field E equal to A into 1 divided by R square. Okay, this system of two charges is placed in an electric field E equal to A into 1 by R square, where A is given 9 into 10 to the 5 coulomb meter to the minus 2. What would the electrostatic energy of the configuration be? Now what will be the electrostatic potential energy of the configuration? So given E equal to A into 1 by R square, so you can calculate the potential. Potential is equal to negative of the line integral of E dr. So integration of A by R square dr, that will be equal to A by R. Okay. So the system of two charges are placed in an electric field in which the potential is equal to A by R plus A by R, and the total electrostatic energy will be equal to the energy due to electrostatic energy due to the charge Q1 placed at the potential V, and the electrostatic energy due to the charge Q2 which is placed at the potential V, and the electrostatic potential energy due to the charge Q1 and Q2. Okay, so this will be the total expression for the total electrostatic energy. Here Q1 VR1 is the electrostatic energy in bringing the charge Q1 in an external field V, in an external field E, and in an external potential V. Similarly, Q2 VR2 is the electrostatic energy in bringing the charge Q2 in the external field E and in the external potential V. And 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by R12 is the electrostatic potential energy in bringing the charge Q2 against the field due to Q1. Okay, so this is nothing but the electrostatic potential energy of the given system in the absence of external field. So this we have calculated, and that is equal to minus 0.7 joule. So the total energy of the system you can calculate by adding the two energies. This is for the first energy, this is for the second, and this is for the third. And if you calculate it, you will get the total electrostatic energy of the system will be equal to 49.3 joule. So in the absence of the external field, the energy of the system is equal to minus 0.7 joule, but in the presence of the external field, the total electrostatic energy is 49.3 joule. So in this video we have discussed about the potential energy in an external field. In the next video we will discuss about potential energy of a dipole in an external field. Thank you.